Hi, I'm Anna and welcome back to my channel Building a Business. So if you've been following along on my journey and watching my previous videos, then you know I'm in the process of purchasing my first rental property. And in many of my previous videos, I've discussed the benefits of having a cash flowing rental property. If you don't know what cash flow is, you can watch one of my previous videos by clicking up here to learn more about it. And for me, I'm definitely focusing on cash flow, but that being said, cash flow is just one of the many reasons that rental real estate is such a great option in terms of investing your extra money. And in fact, according to Brandon Turner of Bigger Pockets, in his book, the book on rental property investing, he discusses that there are in fact 4 different wealth building characteristics of owning a rental property portfolio. So the first wealth builder, as I've already discussed, is cash flow. The second is loan paydown. The third is tax savings, and the fourth is appreciation. So starting with cash flow, as you know, I love cash flow, and if you purchase your property well and you manage it well, then you should be getting a certain amount of cash each month from that property. Now, of course, the exact amount that you get per month is going to vary from month to month based off of vacancies, repairs, and other issues you might have with the property. So some months you might get a lot of cash flow, and then some months you might actually be cash flow negative in terms of you have to pay more to maintain and keep up the property than you're making through rent. But if you've purchased a good cash flowing rental property, then over the long term you should be making a positive cash flow each month. And in that way, that property becomes a passive income source for you. So then each month, with very little work on your part, you're making money from that property. So the second way to build wealth through a rental property portfolio is through loan paydown. So of course, loan paydown only benefits you if you actually have a loan or a mortgage on your property. So let's say, for example, that you purchase a property that's worth $100,000, but you get a mortgage for 20% down. That means your down payment will be $20,000, and so the equity you own in your home is $20,000 or 20%. Now, because you have a mortgage, every month you have to pay a certain amount to the bank or other lending institution that you have your mortgage through, and a certain proportion of that mortgage payment will go towards principal paydown each month. So essentially, each month you are paying to own a little bit more of your property. Let's say that your mortgage was for 15 years. Essentially, that means by the end of the 15 years, you will own 100% of your property or $100,000. And while you're paying down your mortgage, you theoretically will have a tenant in the property for the vast majority of the time. And assuming it's a cash flow positive property, then you're not paying for your mortgage payment out of pocket. It's actually the tenant through their rent that's paying for your mortgage. So therefore, you put down $20,000, and in the end, you have $100,000 of equity, assuming your property value remains exactly the same. And so you have essentially made $80,000 in that 15 years simply from your tenant paying off your mortgage. Now, $80,000 might not sound to you like a ton of money over the course of 15 years, but what if you had multiple mortgages or mortgages on more expensive properties? Pretty soon, that benefit could expand significantly. So clearly, having a mortgage can significantly benefit your financial position. However, having a mortgage is almost always riskier than simply owning the property outright. And so therefore, it's really important that you look through all your mortgages and what leverage you have and make sure you're not over-leveraging yourself and becoming too financially risky. The third way that you can build wealth through your rental property is through the tax savings that you can get from owning a rental property portfolio. The specifics of how you can save on your taxes will vary from person to person, and I don't have the knowledge or expertise to advise you in your specific situation. And so therefore, it's really important to get a CPA involved and to have them look at your specifics to see how you can save the most. 2 of the most common ways that people save on their taxes through owning a rental real estate portfolio is 1, through writing off the depreciation of their properties, and 2, through deducting the expenses that they incur through owning rental properties. For instance, you can deduct your mortgage interest payments, any repairs and maintenance, insurance, and more. Again, be sure to talk to a CPA or other tax specialist to see how your taxes are specifically impacted by owning rental properties. And lastly, the 4th way that you can build wealth through owning a rental real estate portfolio is through appreciation. If you purchase a property today, it will most likely be worth significantly more a few years down the line thanks to appreciation. According to Zillow, the average property appreciates between 3 to 5% per year. So for the sake of the example, let's use an appreciation of 3%, and let's say the property is worth $100,000 when you purchase it. Through a simple calculation, you'll be able to see that after 15 years of owning the property, the value has significantly increased to about $156,000. And then after 30 years of owning the property, the value has increased even more to $243,000. However, it's very important to remember that that 3% appreciation is just a national average over a long time scale. So in your specific situation and your specific market, your appreciation could be significantly more or significantly less. Additionally, there have been times in history, most recently and significantly during the Great Recession, when the average home value across the nation decreased. So not only were you not getting appreciation, your home was actually decreasing in value. That, of course, caused a lot of financial problems for a lot of people who owned property. And so for that reason, it's really important to not focus so much on the appreciation because you cannot control it. You don't know what's going to happen in the market. And if you get a property that appreciates a ton, that's amazing. But as a rental real estate investor, you're generally going to hold it for the long term and you're more focused on cash flow than you are appreciation. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like it below and subscribe to get more videos like this.